Hello and welcome to another FinTech Wales Meets with me, Owain, where I'm here today with Ammar from Finalrentals, a graduate from Foundry Season 2. We're here to find about what's been going on since you left the Foundry, milestones you've been hitting, and what's next for Finalrentals. So, Ammar, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and Finalrentals.
So Finalrentals is a car rental platform. We help local companies become digital because, as you know, the industry is full of, big brands. And the local guy who's great at community knowledge, human connection, but he's not good at technology, and that's where we come in the picture. So what Shopify does for the world of retail is what we do for the world of car rentals.
So Ammar, you're a Foundry graduate. What made you apply for the Foundry in the first place?
So last year, in January, I was applying for the visa to come to the UK. And as you know, that UK government has this program for entrepreneurs. It's called the GEP, the Global Entrepreneurship Program. Where I met Eamon Tohami, and Eamon is my deal maker, is my mentor, right? Yeah. And we discussed, where, if we bring this baby to, to the UK, where exactly, it can be, and we had some, options, right? And Eamon was the person who basically introduced me to Wales. Honestly, I was unaware, of Wales before, because whoever comes to the UK, they normally end up in London or Birmingham or Manchester, and they don't know this hidden gem that Wales is, right? So Eamon basically, introduced me to the ecosystem in Cardiff and in Wales, and I came across, FinTech Foundry, and I thought it was a great program. I saw some videos and rushes from the season 1, from the cohort 1, and I was like, this is something that I can be a part of and actually bring the Finalrentals to Wales. And yeah, and then that, as they say, the rest is history, and I joined the program. I loved it, learned a lot, from the program. One thing I want to add here about the FinTech Foundry program is that there are many accelerators, right? They help you build a product, look at the technical part of it, and then what happens next, right? With FinTech Wales, I think it is the only program where you are actually coached on fundraising at a very detailed level, right? So how to build your story, build your pitch deck for the investors, by the entrepreneurs who have raised funds. Yeah. And that is the most unique part about FinTech Wales program, is because many entrepreneurs, it's easy to build a product, it's easy to build a website or an app, right? It might not be easy to, let's say, sell this to the investors because you are too much into that product, right? Yeah. Technically speaking. So the storytelling part is somewhere left behind, right? And that's where people like Eamon, Neil, and the whole FinTech Foundry come into the picture, and they coach you on how to tell this story, this amazing story of your company, and how you can make it big.
So what difference did the Foundry make to Finalrentals?
That is a great question, because you have to look at it in two perspectives. One is, imagine a founder who is moving from London to Wales, right? That's a different journey, right? In my case, I was coming from Poland to Wales, and it was my first time ever coming to the UK in terms of opening a business. Foundry made the whole thing a lot easier, right? Giving me access to the ecosystem that I would have taken 5 years to get access to. Yeah. It takes time to understand what's going on, and Foundry was this incredible, how should I say, it gives you this jump start, right? It's like a springboard, and says, here's your product, you are a startup, I back you, here's the ecosystem. Hey guys, listen to Ammar, what he has to say, right? So you're in the room full of investors, right? Thanks to the Foundry, now they know you. So when we had our first demo day, I was surprised, because after the demo day, so many people who were also watching my pitch remotely, they wrote to me and they said, can I have the copy of the pitch deck? Let's talk. That was interesting. And you can never have this kind of access if you are not a part of a great ecosystem like FinTech Foundry is, right? So it made this incredible difference to me, as if something that would have taken me years to let's say achieve, right? Foundry helped in a matter of months. And one thing I want to add here about our ecosystem in Wales is you have access to enormous amount of talent, investment, and mentors. And I think these three things are very, very important. When you move your startup from one place to another.
And your startup has moved from one place to another.
Yes.
Where is it now? Where are we?
So we are right now in Tech Marina.
Yeah.
So Tech Marina is this beautiful, let's say, startup ecosystem. We have big companies here like Wealthify. We have Wales Interactive, our neighbors, and then you have Finalrentals, just behind me.
Yeah.
So we are basically at the brink of Cardiff Bay and Penarth Marina. It's a beautiful place to be. You can go outside, take a walk when it's not raining.
You can hear the birds now.
You can hear the birds.
Here.
Exactly.
I thought that was maybe ambient noise they were pumping in, but it's real.
It is real.
So,
it is real. And this place really helps you dream and basically imagine what you can do. So something that I love to be here. Literally, I'm telling you, on a Sunday evening, I'm looking at my bag and say, is it ready to go for Monday? It's like that.
We've talked about the ecosystem and what it means to startups, but why Wales more broadly? Like, what does it offer to startups looking to HQ here?
One thing that we must understand, if you look at UK, right? So we have London, we have West Midlands, and then we have Scotland. Then we go on the next side, like Liverpool and Manchester. Yeah. All those places are, I should say, saturated. There are so many startups out there.
Yeah.
There's so much influx of people coming in with the UK dream, and they want to do something, have a job or have a startup. Whereas Wales is this incredible place where you have these amazing companies, amazing startups, right? And you get a lot of breathing space, right? So you get access to, let's say, government support, right? So I called Welsh government and I said, I want to introduce my company to you, and I got a call in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We would love to hear you, right? Hear from you, right? That might take months in England, I should say, because they're overwhelmed, right? So Wales number one is not overwhelmed, right? Number one. Number two, I believe that living here, it's been a year now. I see Wales as the next Silicon Valley, right? Because it doesn't have the quantity but the quality.
Yeah.
Look at the companies here, highly sustainable, well funded, doing really well, creating jobs, right? And you will see that every year, there are incredible new startups coming in, into Wales, and they make a difference.
Yeah.
It's not about 1,000 startups and one startup is making a difference. I think all of us, make a difference. I remember all the startups in my cohort, right? Yeah. I think all of them make a difference. Yeah. Most of them are doing great now. They're building their product, building the company, creating jobs. From the cohort one, I know many who have made enormous difference in our ecosystem. From the cohort 3, and I'm only talking about here 18 companies, 20 companies. Imagine Wales has more than that, right? And you will see that Wales is the place where we can make a lot of difference in the UK as a tech ecosystem, right? And again, it's about the quality, right? And that's what I like here.
I think that's a nice point as well about, you make a call and you get this movement.
Yes.
And it's, maybe motivationally for some startups, if you don't get that movement or it stops, it's easy to,
yes.
Momentum, I guess, is like,
yes.
If you want to continue your momentum, come to Wales and be part of things which are moving and exciting in that way.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that you would appreciate about Wales is that there are some great startups, then you have tier 2 startups who are now trying to be in the League One, right? And then all of us can exist. All of us, we have a place in the ecosystem, right? And I'm going to San Francisco day after, with Welsh government on a trade mission, right? And the whole process was very clear. They want to understand what you're doing. They get it, and once they get it, they say, yeah, we get it. There's potential, and here's what we can do for you, right? So let's go to San Francisco. Let's meet the ecosystem there and all that. I think doing the same thing if I was somewhere else, it would have taken a lot of time. Not because there's no opportunity, just because there are too many people fighting for the same thing, right? And when that happens, I think it's very difficult to apply merit to this. It's very difficult to let's say have the justified sort of decision, right? Whereas in Wales, we like I said, we have quality and not the quantity, and it's also then easy for the Welsh government to say, okay, these are the startups that we want to, let's say, bet on, right? And that's where you are. Also, in our first FinTech Wales fireside chat with David Stevens, from Admiral. So somebody asked him, why did you open Admiral in Wales? Why not somewhere else? And he said that, do you want to be a very small fish in a big pond, or do you want to be a big fish in a small pond that looks at quality and not the quantity. I truly believe that. I think that is a brilliant way of putting it.
What are your plans then for Final Rentals in the next 2, 5, 10 years, if you can look that far ahead?
So Owen, as you know that we have just raised funding from Dev Bank and Fuel Ventures and some amazing investors in Wales. So right now I'm looking at stage by stage process. So we would like to be in 70 countries by the end of this year. At the moment we are on 27, so it's getting there, right? But my grand vision is to create Final Rentals group. So there is so much we can do for car rentals, online bookings, booking systems, software for these companies, digital ID verification on the fly, and all that, right? So at the moment in our kitchen we are building a lot of things in the R&D section, and you will see that in the next 2 to 5 years we will come across as a company having 100 headcount, right, in Wales, right, based in Wales, and basically creating incredible innovation for car rentals sector, also bringing in the EV part of it, because in the future you'll see that EVs also play a big role in car rentals. So I'm looking at this as an innovator and as the leader of the company. So we have big plans, but important thing for you to take away is that we want to create here more than 100 jobs, right, and want to become a 100 million pounds company.
Okay, so what would you say to a business looking to start or scale in Wales?
So one thing that they must understand is before even moving to Wales, it's important to understand how Wales works and the geography, right? It's very easy to get to London if you have to. It's very easy to get to Birmingham if you have to. Bristol is right across the border. So you must have a plan, right? I see many startups coming from London now moving to Wales because they see Dev Bank as a great collaborator, or as a, let's say, fast track to investment. That is true, right? But that should not be the only reason that you move to Wales. Wales is a great place with great talent, great ecosystem. You have to just dress up and show up in the events. People will know about you, right? They will talk about you.
FinTech Wales events.
FinTech Wales events, right? People will know about you instantly, that you also exist as a startup, right? So Wales has this incredible potential and benefits, but again, you must have a plan, like what exactly you want to do, because without a plan, anywhere you move, it's not going to work. So before coming to Wales, after my FinTech Wales program, I sort of planned what I want to do here, where I want to be placed. So I had some options. I also spent a lot of time in Tramshed. I love Tramshed, by the way. And then from there I was like, okay, now we are growing. So we need a space for 5-6 people. So then we move in here, right? There was also Spark. As an option, nice, great place to be. So we are talking about incredible ecosystem, right? So when you're moving to Wales, you must have all these things in mind, right? And the Welsh government is there to support you, right? And genuine, sustainable startups who are moving to Wales, I personally believe that it's very hard that you are based in Wales and you will fail, because the ecosystem is a great also support system. You get support also from all the different organizations, right? So moving in Wales is great, but you must have a plan.
So for companies looking to apply for future Foundry programs, what should they know?
Obviously, they have to know what they are doing. They must have a good, let's say, entry-level pitch deck, if not the product ready, because Foundry looks at your potential, right? So what I have observed, while working with the Foundry, I realized that they invest in people. They invest in the ambition, right? And ideas can always be nurtured. You will pivot, you will change, you know how it goes. And Foundry also helps you to, let's say, fix your business model. The correction. That happens. So they look at the genuine talent, people who have the ambition and why they are doing it. So get your why right, get your basic pitch deck right, and have an interview and see how it goes.
A final word then, working in Wales and being a founder in Wales, how would you describe it?
So coming to Wales has changed my life, and let me explain why it has changed my life, right? So all the previous years that when I was working as an entrepreneur, I was bootstrapping. I was on my own, literally had no support, and I was just trying to exist, right? So when I came to Wales told me, you don't just have to exist, you can scale, you can dream, you can become a big player, right? So Wales has really changed my perspective on so many things, and the most important one is scaling. Now I can imagine to scale. I can imagine being a unicorn. Whereas previously I was just trying to, like I said, exist and trying to make ends meet, run the payroll, and see what's next. Of course, you want to do so many things.
Yeah.
But you are, you have limitation, whether it's funds, talent, the place, the location, the ecosystem. All these ticks I'm able to tick now, since I'm in Wales. So for me, Wales will always be a place where someone said, come, let's grow. It's like that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, Ammar, and discussing that. If you want to find out more about Finalrentals, get on their website and learn more about Ammar and reach out to him on LinkedIn as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you all soon, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.